Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Diana. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. And yeah, let's get right into it. So today we are doing a monthly reset for the month of April. And yeah, we're just gonna talk about our goals, our highs and lows, what we're looking forward to, and also one thing I learned in the month of March. So with that said, let's get right into it. Y'all, it's been such a cold month of March. Interestingly enough, it is actually spring. So yay, I'm super elated about spring. However, all of last month was just cold, lots of cold, and we got a lot of rain. But aside from that, I'm so happy that we are actually stepping forward into more sunshine and hopefully warmer days ahead of us, to the point where I could just walk outside in a dress without a jacket. Fingers crossed, hand prayers up. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's start off with our goals for the month of April. For this month, I want to finish my writing assignment. I have taken a writing course and I have an assignment that I want to complete this month. Maybe even sooner. I mean, I should have wanted to complete it last month, but the process took a little while. However, I got the hang of where I needed to be, and now I'm just hoping that I'll be complete next month. So that's a big goal of mine. And also I wrote down that I want to go see this butterfly exhibit. It's in a museum, but it's an exhibit and it's only for a short limited time. I actually need to check how long it's supposed to be there. I know a lot of kids are in spring break, and I think that's when they're kind of actually doing it during the spring break season. So I think it ends in April. I think it ends this month, but hopefully not this week because I don't have it set for this week. But I'm hoping that's something that I get to do before it actually ends. And I also put down that I want to switch out my wardrobe from my winter wardrobe to my spring/summer wardrobe. That's definitely a huge goal of mine. But at the same time, I also want to switch out my style. I feel like I've dabbled here and there in my style and trying to find the style that really works well for me. I feel like I know it, but I never shop for it. So I'll go to the store and I'll just pick out whatever I like at that moment, instead of thinking about, okay, this is the style that I want to embody and kind of carry on, so that every time I go shopping, I'm not lost, right? Because I'm not a huge shopper. But when I know what I'm looking for, it's more enjoyable. So I want to definitely kind of have an idea as far as what styles I want. I definitely enjoy light colors, white colors, and I want to incorporate a little bit more pink. I think I only have one outfit that has pink in it, but currently my spring wardrobe that I do have, it's going to be pretty repetitive, or my spring/summer wardrobe. So a lot of times in my videos, you'll see me basically wearing the same clothes because I have a limited amount, and I also don't want to overstock, and I'm also trying to keep my budget intact. So I have to think really hard about whether I want to purchase an item and whether it's worth purchasing. So that's kind of where I'm at. So those are my goals. We'll see what happens and hopefully it gets done. Let's move on with our highs and lows. Now, these are of course something that I'm going to talk about based off of last month, right? So whatever's been happening, we'll bring it on here, we'll talk about it. So starting with my lows, I actually did not have that many lows. As I'm looking here, it shows that I only have one low, which was that it was a very rainy month. Y'all, it was really rainy, and it was so sucky because the days that it rained, I had planned out a few, I guess this is kind of two lows. I had planned out two little things I wanted to go to, two little events I wanted to go to, and it was raining so much, I did not go. I commute by public transit, so I take the trains, and all that rain just was not feasible, okay? It was not saying you should be out here right now. So I made a very wise decision because I didn't want to walk in my nice shoes in the rain. So if I change my shoes into rain boots, it's too much to carry, and that was not the plan. So that was really my only low for the month of March, as far as I remember. Okay, let's move on to our highs. And again, it's good to put your highs towards the bottom because when you go over the lows, the highs are just a little highlight, right? You feel a little better about life and about everything else. So for highs, I put down that I saw Tashina Arnold. I don't know if you guys know, but she is the actress who was in the sitcom called Martin many years ago. And then she was also in a show called Everybody Hates Chris. But she's such a great actress and she's so funny and so iconic. Here's the newest project that she's been in is The Neighborhood. Y'all, that lady is like, I love that lady. Okay, and to see her in person, my heart was like, oh, and I'm not always starstruck, but seeing her was just like, oh my gosh, wow, that is, and she still looks the same. She does not age. It's incredible. But I think every time I see her, I just kind of remember my late sister, and she really resembles her, with the exception of the personality. But yeah, she just resembles her. So every time I see her, I always remember my sister. So yeah, but yeah, it was so nice to actually see her in person. That was really cool. Another highlight is that I cooked fish, and if you haven't seen that vlog, I'm gonna put it below in the description box. But I cooked my fish. That was a goal of mine for March, and I did it, and I'm super proud. Now, of course, watch the video because it's interesting. So yeah, there's that. And lastly, let's see here. Oh no, I have a couple more. And I put down that I did read my 2 books. I don't know if you guys remember my last monthly reset. I did say I wanted to read 2 books. I did read 2 books. I read one within a week. I was so impressed. I mean, I determined to read this book, but it was so good. I finished it within a week, and it was an educational book. So it was interesting because usually those will just drag. You know, it's like, oh, it's not fun. It was good stuff. I did it. Okay. And lastly, I still have 2 more. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of highs. That's really, really good. Okay. I put down that I'm still going strong on my morning water routine, my lemon water. That's something I'm really happy about. No visual changes that I'm aware of, but I mean, I guess it's still better that I'm doing something like that for myself. And finally, lastly, I put down that I went to an exhibit and I got a bunch of free snacks. And let me show you my favorites because I just want to talk about the ones that I really liked out of the little snacks that I brought home. So let me actually go and get them. Give me a second. I got them here, and I'm just gonna show you guys what I got, what I really loved. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this jam. It's by a company called Divina. I think that's how you pronounce it, unless it's Divina, but it's Divina. And this one is sour cherry spread, but this jam, oh my goodness, it's divine. And I think that's why they call it Divina, but oh my gosh, I usually just go for a simple grape jelly because I love grape jelly, but my goodness, this one, the tartness, the sweetness, all together, it does the job. It's so wonderful. So if you like jam, I recommend trying that one out. And this is a little, I finished it already. It's a little granola snack. Oof, the words. Okay, yeah, so it's a little granola snack, but it's a matcha latte. The thing about this one is that it's actually made with coconut. Like the granolas are coconut, right? Let me double check here. Yeah, the granolas are coconut flakes. So it's different from your typical oat granola, but this one is interesting, especially this flavor is the one I got, matcha latte. I don't know if other flavors are there, but to snack on, you feel good. You feel so good when you snack it, because the other one you usually put it in a cereal, but this one just tastes more like a snack. So if you want a little snack to enjoy, this is definitely a good snack. I enjoyed it a lot. And then these chips. Okay, so these are non-dairy chips, and if you're a non-dairy person, this will work perfectly for you because you don't have to worry about it. But it's a nacho flavor, and generally fake nacho chips don't taste great. They just don't. It's my opinion, because again, I like flavor and I like to taste the salt proportions. They kind of bring out the flavors when you put the salt in there, and most companies don't really put enough salt in their fake cheese I call it fake cheese, but it's alternative cheese, right? In your alternative cheeses or alternative foods, they just never put enough flavor in their food, so it's usually bland. So I haven't had a great tortilla chip in a long time since the Doritos, y'all. Doritos and Cheetos since then, because those have real cheese in them. But this is a non-dairy snack, and oh, I keep them because when I go to the store, I want to get them. This one I went to the store and I could not find it, so I don't know. Anyways, if you like that, get it. This, okay, if you're an ice cream person and you don't do dairy, or even if you do dairy, I know a lot of people I was with that enjoy dairy products. They tried this ice cream out, and you guys, this ice cream is it's like, what is it? It's this one, Tyndall, top notch, or is it this one? Yeah, it's this one or this one, but it's this one. So yeah, they do such an amazing, oh my gosh, an amazing job at the whole ice cream thing. This is not just any ice cream, this is gelato. Now, we don't have gelato, I don't think, in the US that is non-dairy. So this is an Italian company. They were from Italy, and they came and they showcased their product that hopefully an American company will actually take them. But this was to die for. Oh my gosh, really, really, really delicious gelato ice cream, and it's non-dairy. So they did a spectacular job. And I think this is the same company also. I tried, they had a bunch of meat alternatives, and all of their meat alternatives were just superb. So yeah, tell you my highlights were good. And then finally, there's this one right here, Mellow Mellow. Okay, this is coconut. Inside I have a different product. I already finished what was inside, but it's a coconut snack. So it's more like I think of it as pudding. It had a thick base to it, like a very thick, like a jelly base, right? But in the form of coconut. I don't know how they did it. It was divine. It was to die for. Okay, it was so delicious. And this one, I think you have to go in specific stores. They do have different locations. I think they have one, and I forgot where they have them, but yeah, it's really, really, really delicious. Really, really, really delicious. I loved it so much. So yeah, those are the little snacks that stood out to me the most, that I truly enjoyed, and I wanted to share them. So yeah, that was a really great high for me. And now moving on to what I'm looking forward to. What I'm looking forward to this month is, one, warm weather. Yes. I need warm weather. I really hope that warm weather comes forward, because I don't know. I mean, the weather has definitely changed around the globe, but I'm hoping that this whole winter phase will just stop already, and spring will start to bloom, because yeah, I'm ready for warmer weather. Also, I'm looking forward to going to the opera. Y'all, I went to my first opera performance last year, and I had already been listening to opera music. I listened to the classical music, but I had not actually gone to an opera performance. So when I went, oh, it was so good. But it wasn't amazing. That performance was not like top of the line for me. It wasn't what I envisioned. And I'm somebody who has watched, what is that show? There's a movie called, I don't remember it. If I remember it, I'll probably insert the title somewhere. But that movie is really where the whole opera thing, just every time I think of opera, I think of that movie specifically. And then on an airplane once upon a time, I think last year or the year before, I was on an airplane and I saw this movie called Figaro, and it was an opera. Tell me why I fell in love with the opera. I was determined. I loved that movie so much that, yeah, I was like, every day I have to make sure I go to the opera. But a lot of the shows, that performances that they have, aren't really pulling my spirit, so I don't really want to go and see them. But this month, there is one that I saw that I wanted to go and see, and I already actually purchased tickets for it, so I'm gonna go and see that, and I'm really excited about that. Oh, that's a really good one. Another thing I'm looking forward to is I have an international friend who is visiting the US, and I'm so excited because that's one of my good friends. I have not seen her in a long time, probably like 4 years. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see her. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy, and her whole family. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm so excited. I look forward to that. It's gonna be so good. And then I also put down that I am looking forward to being done with my writing process. Y'all, like I said, a goal of mine is to finish my writing assignments, and I look forward to being done with writing it. Like, oh, just be done, be done. I feel like it's gonna be great. So I'm excited about that. And lastly, something that I learned, I wanted to add that in there because I think that we always have lessons, right? Every month, every week, every day, we're constantly learning something, and it's important to keep our ears and minds alert to that learning opportunity because it could actually push us into a better direction. It could lead us into moving forward into whatever it is that we're trying to get into. So yeah, just keep learning. But here's the thing that I learned, and I wrote it down. I learned to not overthink. That's something that I have struggled with. I am an indecisive person. Okay, I am really hardcore on the whole indecisive thing, and it's terrible. I've always told myself just go for it, but it usually takes me a process. There's nothing wrong first of all to overthink. I think it's a great way to process things. It's a great way to make sure that you're making the right decisions. It's a great way to kind of reevaluate whatever circumstance you might be getting yourself into or whatever circumstance you're in. So to be able to overthink is not so much of a negative thing. It's just I don't need to do it too constantly, or I don't need to do it when it comes to my goals and my dreams. So if I have a dream or a goal, I already know that it's something I can do, so why am I overthinking this, right? Say for instance, I had wanted to go to Africa for a long period of time, but I had always overthought, like, okay, maybe it's expensive. Do I even have the money? Should I do it this year? Should I not do it this year? Maybe I'll wait next time, and maybe I don't need to do it. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I can't handle it. Maybe I don't know how to go into a different country. Maybe it won't work out for me. Maybe I had all these thoughts in my head. And because I kept overthinking that process, it took me literally, I think, 5 years before I actually went. Can you believe that? Like, I had been wanting to go all those other years, but I kept thinking and overthinking and overthinking, and it delayed my progress, or it delayed my dream. And so sometimes you just need to take action, right? Just take the action, and then you'll be able to do the thing that you need to do instead of overthinking. Now again, there are instances in which you need to overthink, but certain things, just take the step. Take the action and you'll be there. So the first way to get out of that overthinking stage is to have your dream and your goals set up so that you know what they're going to kind of be. And then when that opportunity comes up, you just take the leap, right? There's no need to think about it because you've already set your mind to it. So then you just take the step. So that's the next step, is to take action. You take action and bam, you're done, right? You've done what you needed to do, and you didn't waste any more time. You did not waste 5 years thinking about doing the thing that you should have been doing so many years ago, and now you're like at an age that you probably can't do it, or at a time where it's a little bit challenging or something like that. But I just wanted to leave you with that. I hope that was a little inspiring for you. And so I really like this section. It's what I'm going to call what I've learned. And so yeah, again, for you as you're doing your monthly reset, definitely write those down, and you could also add budget in there if you wish, so that you have a budget of what you want to spend for the month and so forth. All right, I'm going to end it right there. I hope that was helpful for you. I definitely encourage you to do a monthly reset yourself, and you could also do a season reset. I was thinking about that, where if you don't want to do every month, you could just do within seasons. That's only 4 times of a year, and so you have that to kind of set yourself up for those seasons or that month. But yeah, definitely encourage you to do that, and you could follow kind of the steps that I went with and added and implemented. So yeah, with that said, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.